Have you ever scrolled through social media and seen a place so beautiful, so unique that you thought, nah, that's got to be fake. That's CGI, right? Well, what if I told you there's an entire country that feels like it was dreamed up by a fantasy author or generated by an AI art program? Today, we're journeying to a place that constantly blurs the line between reality and make-believe. A land of fire and ice where volcanoes sleep under massive glaciers. The sky dances with green light, and the ground steams and bubbles right under your feet. Get ready, because we're heading to Iceland. Now, you might think you know Iceland. You've probably seen pictures of the Blue Lagoon or maybe a few epic shots from Game of Thrones. But those images only scratch the surface. The real Iceland is so much weirder and more wonderful than you can imagine. Let's start with the landscape. Imagine driving down a road, and on one side, you have fields of black volcanic rock covered in a thick, spongy, bright green moss that looks like something from another planet. On the other side, a towering glacier, its ancient blue ice creeping down the side of a mountain. An hour later, you could be standing on a beach with jet-black sand, watching chunks of ice that look like giant diamonds wash ashore from a glacial lagoon. This is Diamond Beach, and yes, it's a real place. It's this constant, dramatic contrast that makes Iceland feel so unreal. The ground itself is alive. In areas like the geothermal field, you can watch Strákr, a geyser, erupt with boiling water, launching it high into the air every few minutes like clockwork. The air smells of sulfur, and steam vents hiss from cracks in the earth. You can literally cook an egg in a hot spring or bake bread by burying it in the geothermally heated ground. It feels like you're getting a sneak peek into the Earth's raw, primordial power. And then there are the waterfalls. Oh, the waterfalls. Iceland has over 10,000 of them. You've got Gullfoss, the Golden Falls, a thundering two-tiered monster. There's Seljalandsfoss, the one you can actually walk behind, getting completely soaked in the process. And then there's Skogafoss, a perfectly rectangular curtain of water so powerful it creates a constant double rainbow on sunny days. Each one feels like a landmark from a video game quest, but the fake feeling doesn't stop with the scenery. Let's talk about the light. During the summer, Iceland experiences the midnight sun. The sun barely dips below the horizon, creating a perpetual state of twilight. Imagine hiking at 2 a.m. in broad daylight. It messes with your sense of time completely. Conversely, in the dead of winter, you get only a few hours of daylight. But the trade-off is spectacular, the northern lights. Seeing the aurora borealis for the first time is a truly humbling experience. Ribbons of green, pink, and purple light dance and swirl across the entire sky. It's so otherworldly, so magical, that your brain struggles to process that it's a natural phenomenon and not some special effect projected onto the heavens. Even the Icelandic culture has a touch of the mythical. This is a country with a deep-rooted belief in huldufólk, or hidden people elves and trolls that are said to live in the rocks. It's not just some ancient folklore. It's a living part of the culture. Construction projects have been rerouted to avoid disturbing a supposed elf habitat. There is even an elf school in Reykjavik where you can learn about the 13 different types of elves. This seamless blend of the modern world with ancient mythology adds another layer to the country's surreal character. You start looking at the mossy rocks a little differently, wondering who might be living inside, and the animals. They seem like they're straight out of a storybook. You have the Icelandic horse, a unique breed known for its small, sturdy build and an extra gait called the tet. They have this wild, flowing mane and a friendly, curious nature. Then there are the puffins. On cliffs like Lathrabjarg, you can see thousands of these adorable birds with their colorful beaks and clumsy landings. They look like a cross between a penguin and a parrot, and they are utterly charming. Seeing them up close, going about their day, feels like you've stepped into a nature documentary. Let's talk about some specific places that feel completely generated. Take the Reynisfjara black sand beach. Towering basalt columns rise up like a giant staircase, carved by nature into perfect hexagonal shapes. Offshore, jagged sea stacks called Reynisdrangar jet out of the violent waves. Legend says they are two trolls who were turned to stone by the morning sun. Standing there, with the black sand, The geometric columns and the crashing white surf, it feels like a movie set. Or what about the Geysers Glacier Lagoon? Huge icebergs, some over 1,000 years old, break off from the main glacier and float serenely in a deep blue lake on their way to the ocean. You can take a boat tour and weave between these colossal ice sculptures, listening to them crack and groan. The silence, broken only by the sound of ice and water, is profound. It's a scene of such stark, cold beauty it feels more like a painting than a real place. Even the man-made structures have a surreal quality. In the middle of nowhere on the south coast, you'll find the wreck of a U.S. Navy DC-3 plane that crash-landed on the black sand desert of Solheimsandr in 1973. Everyone survived, but the plane was abandoned. Now, its ghostly white fuselage against the stark black sand has become an iconic, almost post-apocalyptic landmark. It's a long walk to get there, and as you approach it across the vast, empty landscape, it feels like you've found a relic from another world. Or think of Reykjavik, the capital. It's a city powered almost entirely by geothermal energy, with colorful houses, incredible street art, and a church, Hallgrímskirkja, designed to resemble the basalt lava flows of the country's landscape. It's a city that's both quirky and futuristic, cozy and cool. From the vibrant green of the mossy lava fields to the ethereal dance of the aurora, from the steaming ground beneath your feet to the belief in hidden folk. Iceland is a country that consistently defies expectations. It challenges your perception of what's real and what's possible on our own planet. It's a place where every turn in the road reveals a landscape more unbelievable than the last. It's not fake, it's not CGI, it's just Iceland, a country that proves reality can be far more magical and strange than any fantasy.